Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, check my repertoire, don't check me not. Less is checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to God. Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, don't check me not. Less is checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God.
Today is a good day. So today is Sunday, the sun is shining. It's really cold out, but the sun is shining. I get to go to 7-Eleven and get my coffee. We get to go work on the Jeep a little bit. I don't know what more I could really ask for. It's a good day. Bit of an update on the floor mats. These things are the best purchase ever. You can still put your foot right on the plastic sill and it doesn't get trapped underneath. Oh, carpet check. Nice. Ooh, the winch looks so good on there. It really fills in that front end. Okay, so I want to apologize for any flickering in these lights. These things do not show up on camera very well. But today's objective is going to be to get closer on getting these MaxBilt Trail Tails onto the Jeep. The biggest issue that I have with them is that they don't come with a connector on them. It's just bare wires, which I guess is fine for universal applications. I had trailer wiring on my Jeep and I was able to just kind of cut it off and, as you can see, splice the wires together, and hopefully they're going to work. I like that idea better, so I don't have to cut up the harness on the Jeep itself. You can get a harness, a trailer wiring harness for a Jeep on e-trailer or maybe Amazon. It's like 20 bucks or something. It's not crazy, and you can jack the plugs off of that, or you can put your own connectors on, whatever you want to do, or you could just snip and go for it, whatever you feel comfortable with. I want to try and get these bad boys on today. If I can't do that, then at least we'll be closer to it and I'll know more of what I need to do. The supplied Allen bolts do not just thread into the factory holes, and what I'm doing about that is I got a tap. It's a 1/4-20, I believe, and then I also went and made sure I have the right bolts. I got some nice black chrome ones from my local hardware store. These are going to look really good in the light. I did remember to see if the head fits in the recessed hole on the light itself. You don't want to get something with too big of a head so it sticks out. We're just going to tap these factory holes and hopefully they're like lined up right. If not, we're going to be drilling some holes. Okay, so tapping the stock holes does indeed work. The bolt pattern, I guess if you want to call it, does work. Obviously this one I just got one in. This one is both. That is pretty much what this would look like installed. I really like that look. There's no more red or orange anywhere on this Jeep and it looks pretty cool. It's definitely a big change from what I'm used to, but having some brighter taillights is definitely going to be a welcome addition. What I'm dealing with now is the ground, and while I'm doing all my testing, I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and replace that relay. So this is the original one out of there. Well, it's not the original, it's a Napa replacement because my original one actually went bad a couple years ago. And if anybody's curious, that relay lives right there behind the steering wheel. There's just two big Phillips head screws, nothing special. You probably need a screwdriver about this long. And then you just pull the plastic out of the way and you're in there. So that's done, and as far as I'm concerned, I just need to hook up some grounds on these. I'm pretty sure my connectors worked. The lighting systems on an older vehicle like this are very tricky because if one ground's not right, then the whole system won't work or stuff like that. It gets a little frustrating, so you need to make sure that you have everything exactly how it's supposed to be, because it's gonna throw the whole system out of whack. So I'm gonna work on finding a place to ground these wires. I would like to try not to extend that wire too much, just out of, I don't know, I just don't like adding too many connections in line. So I'm gonna keep going, and when I find a good ground, I will update you guys. I got all my wires hooked up, I got my grounds hooked up, I go inside, powered on, turn the blinkers on, and it's all whacked out. I do have that flasher in there, I think I showed you that. And I tried to look up some videos. I don't know what to do now. I have running lights, no brake lights, and when I go to turn on the blinkers, it's like nothing happens at all. I'm gonna keep fiddling around with it. Maybe test some other grounds. I check all my wiring connections, make sure everything's correct. I don't know what to do at this point. So quite a bit of time has passed since the last clip, and I've actually put new connectors on these lights just to test them a whole lot easier and eliminate any of my connection issues. That's just a temporary ground. I know it worked from before. So the issue I'm having now is I have brake lights, I have running lights, but I can't get my blinkers to work. So even when I hit my flashers, nothing. So once again, I'm gonna take defeat for the day. It's kind of getting late and it's Sunday. Obviously, you guys know the deal. Gotta get up in the morning. So I'm gonna do a little bit more research. Maybe just order up a new multifunction switch. All the research I'm leading to says that this switch is actually the issue, but I mean, it worked before, and when I was fiddling with the relay, I think I like popped something. I don't know, I'm kind of worried about it now. It's just my blinkers though, everything else works. So I'm really just genuinely confused. Maybe I can find a part out or something, but for now, it is what it is. I'm gonna come back to it, I guess tomorrow. Maybe I'll take tomorrow off, get a workout in tomorrow night, and then come back to it. Thanks to someone who messaged me on Instagram with the same issue, I found the key to that problem. So if you're having that problem, everything points to the multifunction switch, which is the whole doodad with the stalk inside with like the blinker stick thing. Let me open the hood here. So let me put down the thing. So under the hood, there is actually a fuse in the fuse box. It is this guy right here. It's a 20 ampere. If you look over here, it says MFSW, multifunction switch. Multifunction switch for short. And that was my issue. That fuse was popped. So put that in. Everything's great. But now the issue that I'm having is when I turn on the blinker. Now I'll just show you guys. I have the right hand blinker on. Yes, I have the right hand blinker on. And the issue is that both sides are flashing. This side's dimmer and it's like kind of flashing a little bit. This is like actually what it's supposed to look like. And same thing if you come in the rear, you can actually see it better. So that's what it's supposed to be like. And then this has like some residual power to it or something. So that's the issue I'm running into now. I did order another multifunction switch before I figured out that it was the fuse. This was actually like 50 bucks on Rock Auto, so it's not that big of a deal. On Quadratech and stuff, they're like $100. There's that if anybody needs. And then I got some other stuff to try here. I got some resistors to try. These are from IJDM Toy. These are all kind of Chinese and a little sketchy, but I figured that was like, at least kind of seemed like some mogul just like making money by making things in China. And I don't know. All those just kind of sketch me out. I don't really like that stuff. Alright. So, figured it out. Those resistors, I actually just cleaned up everything. I forgot to film it. Those resistors I actually had in the wrong spot. So, where you need to put them is, well, you know what, I tucked them all away. Those resistors need to go between on the Jeep harness, hold on, let me get this right. Yes, on the Jeep harness, the resistors need to go between the black with yellow tracer and the solid black. The tan, which I think is really supposed to be red, it's just faded over the years, goes to the red on my LED, and that does not get the resistor. That gives me everything I need. I do not have the side markers hooked up, but All the lights function just as they should. I got no check engine lights or anything, and I actually used like all three of my all three of my relays that I have. They all work now. So this stuff is so finicky. It drove me crazy. But these are all together. Really, all I need to do is mount them to the aluminum. These get really hot over time, so I'm gonna put them right on the aluminum, like right there, out of the way of everything. And then the aluminum from the fender should transfer the heat pretty well, and I shouldn't really have to worry about those getting too hot and melting stuff. So that's awesome. I'm super pumped on that. These lights are officially on. I got my third brake light hooked up with a series of zip ties. I'm gonna fix that, don't worry. Put some nice sheathing over that, tape both ends so no water sits in there. That's a new looking booty right there. It's funny how much rake this thing actually has now towards the front. Not only from the winch, but losing a good, I don't know, 100 pounds in the rear. So I'm pretty stoked on how this thing is looking. Let's see if I can close the hood without opening. If you guys could, let me know down below if I should paint my diff covers black or blue or white even to get rid of any splash of color, because as of now there is no color on here. It's all black, blue, silver. You know, even in the rear, those taillights are gone. These taillights do not have any hints of red on them at all. So I got the same diff cover back here too. So if I should do away with those, let me know. So that is gonna do it for this video, guys. If you have any questions about this swap or insights or just things to tell me, let me know down there. They all help. We're gonna get her out and we're gonna do some cool stuff. I gotta get some more content going for my Instagram at I'd Rather Be Jeepin'. I post some really good photos on there if you guys are ever interested. So hit me with a follow on there, and then I will see you guys in the next video.